I'm Ben Affleck, and I want to thank you for joining me and supporting Paralyzed Veterans of America.
I joined the Navy to serve my country as a Navy SEAL. While parachuting with my platoon, my parachute didn't open. And I broke my neck. It left me paralyzed. Paralyzed Veterans of America was by my side from that moment on.
Since 1946, Paralyzed Veterans of America has kept a promise to our wounded veterans. We will never leave a fallen comrade behind.
Thanks to PVA, paralyzed veterans are getting specialized medical care and treatments, the benefits they've earned, the jobs they want, and the accessible vehicles and homes they need.
I just don't think my family would be as happy as they are without the support that I received from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Our veterans fought for us. Let's fight for them.
To learn more, go to pva.org today.
Anticipate potential delays for the morning commute. In other news, a recent government report on prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
What are you talking about, man? Look at this text.
It's about your right to be informed. Your right to access all types of information keeps us free as a nation.
No.
Today, there are real threats to press freedom.
Reaching residential areas by...
And your right to know about the world around us.
Look.
Some threats are obvious, some are easy to miss, but they all put our way of life at risk. We must defend against all of these threats, no matter what kind of news is important to you.
Justified putting American troops in harm's way?
That's a great question.
We must protect our right to know before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
I'm Ben Affleck, and I want to thank you for joining me and supporting Paralyzed Veterans of America.
I joined the Navy to serve my country as a Navy SEAL. While parachuting with my platoon, my parachute didn't open. And I broke my neck. It left me paralyzed. Paralyzed Veterans of America was by my side from that moment on.
Since 1946, Paralyzed Veterans of America has kept a promise to our wounded veterans. We will never leave a fallen comrade behind.
Thanks to PVA, paralyzed veterans are getting specialized medical care and treatments, the benefits they've earned, the jobs they want, and the accessible vehicles and homes they need.
I just don't think my family would be as happy as they are without the support that I received from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Our veterans fought for us. Let's fight for them.
To learn more, go to pva.org today.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
everybody. The architect, Sean Garvey. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another awesome episode of Soul Dates Live. This is the show. If you are new to the program, this is the show in which we take everyday people and place them in a virtual studio for a chance to match and maybe even go on a second date. So this is like a speed dating event. You take people that don't know each other to the bachelor and or a bachelorette and place them in the studio with 3 contestants, sometimes 2, a lot of times 1. And whichever the bachelor or the bachelorette is feeling throughout the entire show will go on a date with that individual. He or she must choose 1 out of the 3 or 1 out of the 2, or could even decide yay or nay on that one person and see where they can take it. And yes, we're live, ladies and gentlemen. We have just came from off the series premiere of I was about to forget the name of the show that aired at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Honey. Status updates. Big shout out to the cast and crew of the show. We finally aired the series premiere of Status Updates. If you missed it, it will be in the on-demand section on Honey later on. So be on the lookout for that. And speaking of Honey, make sure you download the Honey app to your ROKU device and to your ROKU TV, so you can check out a lot of great programming, including this one that you are watching right now, Soul Dates Live. All right, and I got a big announcement, another big announcement, just as big as ROKU. We are now on Amazon Fire TV. That's right, talk about fire. We're on fire, boys and girls. Yes. Reach One Network is the name of the app. We're everywhere. Reach One Network is on Spotify. Reach One Network is on iHeart. And now Reach One Network is on Amazon Fire TV. We are expanding. Go online to reachonecommunications.com. That's reachonecommunications.com. That is the website. So you can check out and see how to navigate your way through the onboarding process to get to the Reach One Network app. Okay, and we got so much great stuff happening on reachonecommunications.com, on Reach One Network, and on Honey. So we really appreciate the love and the support that you have been giving to us throughout this entire time of us building this network, this platform, and this channel, right? We couldn't do it without you. I would not be here in the air share if it wasn't for you all, okay? So we really appreciate it, all right? And speaking of support, as I do always, whether it's on this show or on Therapy Ain't No Joke, which, by the way, we've got a great show, another new show coming up this Wednesday, or on the Beat Break Morning Show, make sure you support us. Cash out, $ Reach One Communications. We are still building, but we cannot do it without you and your monetary support. Cash out, $ Reach One Communications to support the content, or you can go to reachonecommunications.com and click on donate. Now, you got to go to the website anyway, by the way, you know, to watch the shows, to download the apps, and while you're there, donate. All right, if you can give your money to the church every Sunday during the offering, you can donate to the machine so we can continue to give you great programming and so much more right there on Honey. And we're also simulcasting on the Flow Television Network. All the information will be at the bottom of the screen momentarily on how you can follow us, other platforms that we're on, and any additional information while you are watching this broadcast. All right. Tonight, there's going to be a lot of follow-ups. There's going to be a lot of follow-up, and we may be blessed with our mystery dater that we are still waiting to come on the show. But we do have a returning guest that is in the queue, that is in the green room right now, 15 minutes past the hour. And I'm going to bring him on so he can fill us in on what's been happening in his dating life. Okay, so Ladies and gentlemen, if you watch the show from season 1 or 2, all the way up to now, he is no stranger to So Days Live. He's been on the show once, he's been on the show twice, and now he is on here for a third time. You know what they say, third time's a charm. So we shall see tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for Darrin out of New Jersey. Welcome back, Darrin.
Thanks for having me.
You good, man. I see you cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah.
Is it the room or is it your appearance? What's going on?
I just put in some new bulbs. Make it a little brighter.
You put in some new what?
Light bulbs.
Light bulbs. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Nice. Trying to get the room vibrant and everything. Can we get you like in the center a little bit? Can you with your camera? Because we only see half of you there. There we go. Awesome. And I see here at the bottom of the screen, I'm very observant, Darrin. You got handsome man at the bottom of the screen there underneath your title. Handsome man. What makes you so handsome? Just curious.
My personality, aura, compliments.
Okay. The personality and your compliments. Okay. So that makes me wonder, why are you still single? Let's get into that. Because we do have another follow-up that we're going to play in just a few moments. And we are still waiting for our mystery dater to come on. Okay. So I'm going to switch up the beat just a little bit here. And let's talk, Darrin. I mean, like I said in the intro, you've been on our show 2 times, and this is your 3rd time being on here. If we can go back into memory lane, let's go back into memory lane just a little bit. Yeah. All right. So, first time, I want to say maybe it was your 3rd time being on the show, but I clearly remember the 2 episodes that you were on. Okay. You was on with one person that was on one episode, and then you was on another episode where we had 2 ladies.
Correct.
Yeah, in the studio, and we were trying to get something going on between you and those 2 ladies. So, this is a great time to really, be open and let us know what happened with those 2 episodes with those other daters and stuff, and where you stand at right now. But for those, let's just do this, because I know I'm going back a bit, but I want to have you tell your story and talk to us about yourself, especially for our new viewers and new listeners to So Days Live, because they may have not seen the other episodes that you were on in the past. But let's dive a little bit into who you are and what you're looking for. So, of course, you're Darrin from New Jersey, and I'm going to let you finish the rest from there.
Well, I'm 57 young. I had to think about that for a minute. I'm ex-military, retired actor, model. Do a lot of volunteer work at the hospital. Assistant scout leader. Very, very busy man. I wear a lot of hats. As of dating life, I've had a few run-ins, but they didn't last, like weeks. So I'm still single, still looking.
Okay. So let's dive in a bit. Like I said, there are people who are watching this show and watching you for the first time. And I want you to be free and open as much as possible, okay? This is a safe space, just like Therapy Ain't No Joke on Wednesday night, 7 to 9 p.m. on the same network, same platform. Just a shameless plug there for a moment there. But I want you to be free and open to let people know more about yourself and what exactly it is that you are looking for.
Oh, well, I'm a down-to-earth kind of type of guy, kind of laid back. not shy, looking to do adventurous things. Yeah, just easygoing guy. Takes general orders, I may say, rules, abide by the law, law-abiding citizen. That's big Star Trek fan.
You're a Trekkie?
Yeah, big
Okay.
time.
Okay. What else? What else do you want the people to know?
I just, I'm pretty much like an open book. I'm very truthful and trustworthy. When it comes time, I mean, try to tell the truth, but not everybody can be honest, Abe, to a degree.
Okay. And you really confirmed that you're a Trekkie because in the background you got one of the original cast members from Star Trek
That is correct.
In the background there. So I don't know if you did that on purpose or if that was done by accident. But as soon as you said Star Trek that you were a Trekkie, that's when I see the person in the background. I can't remember the character's name because I wasn't a Trekkie myself. So.
That's the legendary Mr. Spock.
Mr. Spock.
Science officer.
Okay, Mr. Spock. Okay, cool. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit more about your idea person or what that. Got you on some shows. You are a very open man. And what I mean open means that you have a sexual orientation or you identify yourself outside of the heterosexual community. So let us know, let the people know, and listen for clarity purposes of what do you identify yourself as?
Well, the pronouns is he, him, his. What I want in the partner is someone trustworthy, easygoing, compatible. Looks aren't so much important. Is what I look through at the heart of things, inside the inside person, what they can produce going out, what they project.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's some of what you have told me offline and what you're looking for. I guess for the people, the viewers out there, even the ones that have saw the 2 episodes that you were on, do you identify yourself as gay, bi, non-binary? Where do you stand with that?
Gay all the way.
Gay all the way. Okay. You and you rhyme. Gay all the way. That's a bumper sticker saying, by the way. Do you have one? That's like maybe on the back of your car or something.
No.
That's something when you were okay. I mean, it's something you probably don't want the entire world to know. But that's cool. That's cool. All right. And you obviously are proud to be what you are, and so I'm curious to know, like, as a openly gay man. Well, let me ask you this: are you openly of course, you're on a public platform like So Days Live, of course, but are there some people, whether it's some people in your family or people in your circle, that know your sexual orientation or not?
Yeah, I would say pretty much all my dad's side of the family. Yeah, and few friends, like people that I attend groups with. They know all my, status, and not too much on my mother's side of the family. So I'm openly gay, but uh, I just don't flaunt it or project it
Mhm.
in that sense.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So talk to us. How has it been? I mean, you've been out there. You've been, meeting people and everything, and like, how has it been as a gay man? How has the dating scene been for you thus far?
Well, it was okay, but it could have been better. But it wasn't my fault. It's just I meet people. We talk for a week or two or a little bit more, and then yada yada yada. Never heard from 'em again. It just kind of like dropped off the earth. I'm
So
not
they go.
trying to chase folks.
Say that one more time for our viewers out there.
I'm not the one to chase anybody. I mean, I'll leave like a last, text message and leave it up to that. And they get back to me. They don't. They don't. I just move on.
Yeah, they call it what is it called? Ghosting. They call it ghosting.
More like one of my young friends told me it's called love bomb.
Love bomb. Okay. So what exactly is love bomb? Like what is that?
It's kind of like they string you along, and they try to get out of you. Then they kind of disappear.
Okay. I don't know if that is, and maybe this is a different episode that we need to do in the near future, but it almost sounds like love bombing and ghosting are two different things.
Kind of the same to me. I think they're similar.
Yeah. What do you think it is? Why do you think people have a tendency to love bombing?
I mean, I knew them, but they could have something going on in their life, like jobs, family problems. But I mean, I'm just on the receiving line, holding on to the wire. But I'm not going to hold on forever. So I'll just have to wait for a while, and then kind of let you go and find someone new.
I hear that.
I try to find someone new. I'm trying.
Yeah. For those who are just tuning in to Soul Days Live, we're talking to Darrin out of New Jersey, and he is another returning guest on Soul Dates Live. We've had him on the show a couple of times where things didn't materialize from two different episodes that Darrin was on, and he's trying to get his third shot at it. And we are waiting for the mystery man to come on, because he was supposed to come on in the queue. He was anxious and ready to come on, and as of right now, he is a no-show. But my thing is the show must go on, of course. So what I'm gonna do in the meantime, between time, is I'm going to take tonight's StreamYard link and I'm gonna post it on our YouTube comment section for people to see. So if there's anybody out there that wants to shoot their shot with the one and only handsome man himself, Darrin, that's what it says. That's what it says at the bottom, handsome man. That's what it says. Go over to my YouTube channel at Beat Break Radio, or if you're already there, you should see the StreamYard link at the bottom, and you can come on and try to shoot your shot at Darrin. I usually don't do this on every Soul Days Live show. We pre-plan things, and we bring on people that have been thoroughly screened through the process, and then determine which ones come on the show and which ones don't. But I'm making an exception tonight in the event the mystery man does not show up, and we have some people out there, preferably men of a certain sexual orientation, from the homosexual, LGBTQ community, to come on and try to shoot his shot at you, you know. So we shall see. It is the bottom of the hour right here on Soul Days Live with Sean Garvey. Um, let's talk about the 2 episodes that you were on. Let's start with, I think it was the episode where you had 2 women on. So shout out to Nicole. I still remember her name. Shout out to Nicole. Big shouts, big shouts. But it was also another lady that came on the show, and the situation was that Nicole, who was the main dater of the show, I'm just giving people a recap of what happened just in case they didn't watch it, Darrin. Nicole was the main dater of the show, and she wanted to add 1 or 2 more people to her polyamorous relationship. And I was like, okay, this is a good idea since, Darrin is single, Darrin is free and open, and so is the other lady at the time. And I brought you all on. You all had a conversation. It was a 3-way. Literally, it was literally a 3-way. And Nicole chose both of you. She didn't choose one or the other. She chose both you and the other woman that was on. So if you haven't watched it, it's in our archive section on YouTube at Beat Break Radio. Don't forget to click and subscribe and hit the likes up, people. And it's also on our Honey On Demand, by the way, too. So we do have an on demand section for any of the episodes that you missed. But I thought from my review, Darrin, that everything was going well. So what happened after that? Talk to us. What happened after?
We talked for a little bit. I believe maybe a week or 2. Then after that, things got busy with them, and they just kind of fell off the earth.
Okay. Now, are you sure that is your story?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, here's what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm like, okay, you are gay all the way, like you said a few minutes ago. You gay all the way, and I brought you on the show with 2 women. So let me ask you this. Do you think that because you identify yourself as a gay man, and whenever a man identifies himself as a gay man, he's only attracted to one gender, which is the same sex, which is guys. So with you being a gay man, would it be non-beneficial for you to be with 2 women at the same time, knowing that your desire in your heart is more so for a man?
Well, what's that saying? Don't knock it till you try it.
Oh, I know. I wasn't born yesterday. I've heard that.
It would be a first-time experience. It would be something to try, at least, I have 2 children, so I'm no stranger to women. So.
Mm-hmm. So it's fair to say that, and for our viewers and listeners, because this is the place for clarity as well too. So you wasn't gay all your life. It was just at a certain point in your life, in your personal life, that you wanted to try out this lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, I always say this. I've been saying this for years. If I could write a book, it would be called women are harder, guys are easier. I mean, you take a female out to dinner, movies, and still don't get no play. But call a guy, you do even that, and you know, clothes just fall off.
Clothes just fall off. That's what it is.
Just fall off.
Okay. Okay. All right. I never heard that before. I have heard of don't knock it until you try it, but that's my first time hearing it. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the episodes, right? Okay. So you said the two women I had on the show never materialized because it just seemed like they have fallen off, and you just got you was under the impression that they just weren't feeling it or feeling this arrangement or whatever it is anymore, and you never heard back from them. And that was it.
But then again, we have a saying, life happens, and you just focus on that and just forget about the past.
Mm-hmm. Have you made, or at least tried to make any effort in reaching out to one of them or both of them?
Oh yeah. As I said earlier, I leave my last text message and leave it at that, and just wait. After a while, I just kind of leave it alone.
Okay. Well, I was told a different story. I was told a different story that it was you that didn't follow up or that didn't follow through.
Oh, well, that's not even in my persona. I mean, it's all about communication.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if I give you my word, I stick to it. And communication is a very real thing for me because, communication for me every day is a need. It keeps my sanity. So either by text message, phone call, in person, I have to have that, daily. I just can't, go a day without like any kind of communication. So yeah, I did my part.
Communication is the key, or it's supposed to be the key, even in the era of social media and texting. Communication is still supposed to be the key to everything. But in some instances, it's not. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what to say about all of that. I've only have been told through reliable sources that it was the other way around.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, if I were to bring this particular person on the show, or bring her back on the show, and try to explain to you and the viewers her side of the story, would that be something you would take into consideration as far as just listening to what she has to say, or you just kind of like?
Yeah, I would be delighted to talk with her.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do this, Darrin. Let's do this. We're gonna try to make that happen. I'm gonna see if Nicole is available or the other woman is available. Well, I'm probably going to end up reaching Nicole first than the other lady because honestly, I don't know what happened to the other lady. I hope she's well, by the way, if she's watching or listening. But let me try to get Nicole on. And if we can't, we can't. But if we can, then that would be great. So that way we can, bring some clarity to the situation, you know. And I want to do this because the other gentleman that we're supposed to have come on tonight, Soul Days Live, I don't know what happened, ladies and gentlemen. And for all those that are new to the show, we have had instances of no shows. No shows. And once again, people, if you don't want to come on the show, Soul Days Live, for whatever reason, maybe you forgot, I don't know. Just say you don't want to come on the show. We're not paying people to come on the show. I'm sorry, I don't mean to let the cat out the bag, but these are not paid actors. These are not paid actors. These are real people in real time looking for real love. You heard me say it a few times on Soul Days Live. But if you don't want to come on the show, just say you don't want to come on the show. You know, or if you feel like you're going to forget, put it on your calendar. I don't know. I don't know, Darrin. Like, there are people out here that try to use muscle memory to remember things, and at times that doesn't work.
Well, I'm old fashioned. I, keep a paper trail, and I have my little calendar book here.
You got a calendar book, okay?
2 years, and I matched the book with the big calendar above me. They coincide with each other. So if anyone asks me, are you available this day? And I'll just say, let me check my schedule. And they'll say, oh, okay. Tuesday at 9 sounds good. And I mark it in the book.
You are very, very organized.
Very.
So maybe too organized.
Yeah, sometimes I hide things from myself.
Okay. Well, that's for therapy, ain't no joke. This is Soul Days Live, so we're not going to go all the way down that rabbit hole tonight, but we may have to bring you on therapy, ain't no joke, in the near future, okay? But let's do this. We're going to take a break.
Okay.
We're going to take a break, and we're going to see if we can try to bring on Nicole to come on and bring some clarity to what's been happening. So, yeah, because I want to find out. I really want to find out. You told your side of the story. I was told not their side of the story, not mine, but their side of the story. And I don't know, it just seemed like maybe there was some misunderstanding there in between things. Okay, so let's do that. Darrin, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Soul Days Live. And we're live. This is not pre-recorded. This is not pre-taped. This is live when things may not go the way me and my producers wanted to go. But we are live, ladies and gentlemen. And anything can happen during a live show. SoulDaysLive@gmail.com is the email if you are interested in coming on Soul Days Live. That is SoulDaysLive@gmail.com. And we're only about close to 15 minutes before the top of the hour, so we're gonna still keep hope alive and hope that the mystery man will still show up to come on the show. So we're gonna see if Nicole's gonna show up, or we're gonna see if this mystery guy is gonna show up. Somebody got to show up. Me and Darrin are the only two people that showed up. Where y'all at? SoulDaysLive@gmail.com if you want to come on the show or one of our future episodes. All right. So we will be right back with Darrin and hopefully or either or Nicole or the mystery guy when we come back. All right. It is Soul Days Live right here on Honey and on the Flow Television Network, as well as on YouTube, Amazon Fire TV, by the way, because we are now on Amazon Fire TV, and wherever you get your streaming and podcast from. It is Soul Days Live. We will be right back after these messages. Don't go anywhere.
Affleck, and I want to thank you for joining me in supporting Paralyzed Veterans of America.
I joined the Navy to serve my country as a Navy SEAL. While parachuting with my platoon, my parachute didn't open. And I broke my neck. It left me paralyzed. Paralyzed Veterans of America was by my side from that moment on.
Since 1946, Paralyzed Veterans of America has kept a promise to our wounded veterans. We will never leave a fallen comrade behind.
Thanks to PVA, paralyzed veterans are getting specialized medical care and treatments, the benefits they've earned, the jobs they want, and the accessible vehicles and homes they need.
I just don't think my family would be as happy as they are without the support that I received from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Our veterans fought for us. Let's fight for them.
To learn more, go to pva.org today.
Anticipate potential delays for the morning commute. In other news, a recent government report on prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
What are you talking about, man? Look at this stats.
It's about your right to be informed. Your right to access all types of information keeps us free as a nation.
No.
Today, there are real threats to press freedom.
Reaching residential areas by...
And your right to know about the world around us.
Look.
Some threats are obvious, some are easy to miss, but they all put our way of life at risk. We must defend against all of these threats, no matter what kind of news is important to you.
Justified putting American troops in harm's way?
That's a great question.
We must protect our right to know before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
I'm Ben Affleck, and I want to thank you for joining me in supporting Paralyzed Veterans of America.
I joined the Navy to serve my country as a Navy SEAL. While parachuting with my platoon, my parachute didn't open. And I broke my neck. It left me paralyzed. Paralyzed Veterans of America was by my side from that moment on.
Since 1946, Paralyzed Veterans of America has kept a promise to our wounded veterans. We will never leave a fallen comrade behind.
Thanks to PVA, paralyzed veterans are getting specialized medical care and treatments, the benefits they've earned, the jobs they want, and the accessible vehicles and homes they need.
I just don't think my family would be as happy as they are without the support that I received from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Our veterans fought for us. Let's fight for them.
To learn more, go to pva.org today.
Anticipate potential delays for the morning commute. In other news, a recent government report on prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
What are you talking about, man? Look at this stats.
It's about your right to be informed. Your right to access all types of information keeps us free as a nation.
No.
Today, there are real threats to press freedom.
Reaching residential areas by...
And your right to know about the world around us.
Look.
Some threats are obvious, some are easy to miss, but they all put our way of life at risk. We must defend against all of these threats, no matter what kind of news is important to you.
Justified putting American troops in harm's way?
That's a great question.
We must protect our right to know before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Anticipate potential delays for the morning commute. In other news, a recent government report on prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
What are you talking about, man? Look at this stats.
It's about your right to be informed. Your right to access all types of information keeps us free as a nation.
No.
Today, there are real threats to press freedom.
Reaching residential areas by...
And your right to know about the world around us.
Look.
Some threats are obvious, some are easy to miss, but they all put our way of life at risk. We must defend against all of these threats, no matter what kind of news is important to you.
Justified putting American troops in harm's way?
That's a great question.
We must protect our right to know before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Anticipate potential delays for the morning commute. In other news, a recent government report on prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
What are you talking about, man? Look at this stats.
It's about your right to be informed. Your right to access all types of information keeps us free as a nation.
No.
Today, there are real threats to press freedom.
Reaching residential areas by...
And your right to know about the world around us.
Look.
Some threats are obvious, some are easy to miss, but they all put our way of life at risk. We must defend against all of these threats, no matter what kind of news is important to you.
Justified putting American troops in harm's way.
That's a great question.
We must protect our right to know before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
I'm Ben Affleck, and I want to thank you for joining me and supporting Paralyzed Veterans of America.
I joined the Navy to serve my country as a Navy SEAL. While parachuting with my platoon, my parachute didn't open. I broke my neck. It left me paralyzed. Paralyzed Veterans of America was by my side from that moment on.
Since 1946, Paralyzed Veterans of America has kept a promise to our wounded veterans. We will never leave a fallen comrade behind.
Thanks to PVA, paralyzed veterans are getting specialized medical care and treatments, the benefits they've earned, the jobs they want, and the accessible vehicles and homes they need.
I just don't think my family would be as happy as they are without the support that I received from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Our veterans fought for us. Let's fight for them.
To learn more, go to pva.org today.
I'm Ben Affleck, and I want to thank you for joining me and supporting Paralyzed Veterans of America.
I joined the Navy to serve my country as a Navy SEAL. While parachuting with my platoon, my parachute didn't open. I broke my neck. It left me paralyzed. Paralyzed Veterans of America was by my side from that moment on.
Since 1946, Paralyzed Veterans of America has kept a promise to our wounded veterans. We will never leave a fallen comrade behind.
Thanks to PVA, paralyzed veterans are getting specialized medical care and treatments, the benefits they've earned, the jobs they want, and the accessible vehicles and homes they need.
I just don't think my family would be as happy as they are without the support that I received from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Our veterans fought for us. Let's fight for them.
To learn more, go to pva.org today.
It's 5 minutes before the top of the hour. Welcome back to Soul Dates Live, right here on Honey and on the Flow Television Network, as well as on YouTube. We are on YouTube Live, ladies and gentlemen, and we are everywhere, even on my Instagram page at Sean Garvey ATL. Make sure you follow me there at Sean Garvey ATL. And on Facebook at Sean Garvey. All right. Sean Garvey hanging out with you. And we are still joined by Darrin. All right. Darrin, ladies and gentlemen, a returning guest to Soul Dates Live. We're trying to get him a third shot. At romance. I got some good news and some bad news. Okay. So, Darrin, you ready? You ready? Which one you want first? You want the good news or the bad news?
Bad.
You want the bad news first. Okay. So I'm gonna bring the beat down. I'm gonna bring the beat down for one moment. Well, actually, let me go ahead and turn the beat off because I'm gonna switch beats real quick. So good news, bad news. All right, but you want the bad news first. Okay. So the bad news is that unfortunately, your mystery man is not coming on tonight. He's not coming That is the bad news. All right. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we're live. Anything could happen. And apparently this didn't happen. So, you know my rules, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not show up and you come up with some excuse the next day saying, oh man, I forgot, or my phone died, you won't get a second chance. You won't get a second chance. No. This is live television, okay? So that's the bad news. But the good news, Darrin, is that my team and I reached out to Nicole, and Nicole is in the green room. So we're just waiting for her screen to come on so we can bring her on. Now, maybe that's Nicole trying to call you, Darrin. Maybe that's Nicole trying to call you. But let's go ahead and we unmute her, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and bring on the one, the only Nicole, ladies and gentlemen. Nicole, welcome back to Soul Dates Live. How you doing? Oh, let me there we go.
And my microphone check 1 2.
1 2. What is this? We were just talking.
You can hear me okay?
We can hear you loud and clear. You sound good. Say hello to Darrin.
Hey, Darrin.
Hey.
See you. Hey. You got a bit more salt in your salt and pepper beard, I see.
Yeah.
All right. So let me set the stage up. Because Nicole got a surprise call from our team, myself and my team just now, and she was in the middle of something. So our apologies on behalf of Soul Days Live.
No worries.
But I set the stage up for Nicole offline. I was telling her what was happening, and for our viewers out there that are tuning in to Soul Dates Live, emphasis on live. Darrin was sharing a story with us. We were supposed to have the mystery guy come on, but he's a no-show. And we visited one of the episodes that Darrin was on with you, Nicole, and another woman was on. And you was the main dater, Nicole, where you was trying to add 1 or 2 more people to your open poly relationship. And
right.
Without really going into too much of the show, because we can have our viewers go back and watch the episode on demand. You ended up choosing both of them. So it wasn't one or the other. You ended up choosing both of them. And we thought that things were going to go well. Now, according to Darrin, he stated that, he got busy, life got busy, but it was the fact that he didn't hear much from neither one of you. And I got a different story from your end. So let's because this is a perfect opportunity to clear the air and bring some type of clarity on what actually happened. All right. So Nicole, you have the floor. Tell us your side of the story and what happened.
Right. So this was over a year ago was the last message. I was like, man, let me look and see if I still have the text thread. I know that we exchanged numbers, we communicated a little bit, not anything hot and heavy. We had a couple of telephone calls maybe, and at least 1 video chat. And I was the last person to send a message to you. I was like, how have you been? Because I know life had gotten busy, and when I didn't hear back, I just figured okay, life is lifing or what have you. So yeah.
Okay. Darrin, your response.
Oh, well, no, you was saying you had take care of your son, so I just said, oh, okay. Well, that's that. You know, people get busy with life and jobs and families, and that's just that.
Right. Yeah, he's graduated school. Now he's in his first semester at university. So he's doing well. He's adjusting to life away from home. We were together last weekend, as a matter of fact. It was helping with a community service event I was participating with.
Nice.
And, yeah. Ended up driving him home. I just got back from Atlanta earlier in September. I was down there for a conference and then bopped on over to Alabama for 2 sleeps. And then got back to North Carolina, and I'm participating in a scriptural studies course, Primeval Paradigm, learning to read the scriptures through ancient eyes, which is very interesting. Because I am not a biblical scholar, but it's good to be in a cohort of people that are like curious and seeking. So, but it is kind of like sitting in a class and you know the answer to the final exam, and you're just waiting for everyone else to get the aha moment. After the 5th lesson, there were people that were crying after class, and I was just kind of like, it's gonna be okay. Like, just sometimes you're learning how much shit that you don't know, or like how much you've been taught that was incorrect. So it's just like right there in your face or whatever. We just don't know enough to be pessimistic anymore. Just act like everyone's going through some kind of shit right now, or know somebody that is. And it's, life happens. But last time I reached out, I looked at it was like back in September of 2023. How have you been? I never heard that. And if you've ever sent me a message on any other social media, I haven't seen it. So, but I hope you're good. What have you been up to?
Oh, my life has got a little more busier. I'm doing a lot of work in the health clinic and volunteer work, scout troop, doing a lot of movies this year. So I've been busy being, as they call me, I'm a busy man.
Well, that's good. So what makes you think you have time for romance then, if you're that busy?
Well, I can squeeze a little time in, as always.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
cool.
It's a time and place for everything,
That part. Okay. Dope.
Okay, so let me come in. I think this is a good window to come in. I want to avoid as much dead air as possible. Let's just, because we were only supposed to have you on for 1 or 2 minutes. And
I can go. Yeah.
You about to go? Okay, no worries. You say you good?
I'm about to peace out.
Oh, you're about to peace out. Okay, all right. So because before you go, Nicole, because our viewers want to know, and it could be either or go anywhere. Like, are you willing to give Darrin a second chance?
No, thank you. I'm good.
You said no, thank you?
Yeah, I'm good. I have a lot of love in my life right now. I don't really have any space to try to get to anybody else.
Okay. Is it the teddy bear that you holding right now? Is that your new love of your life right now?
No, but it's very comforting, so soft. But no, I've got people with and yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I had a few more questions for you, but I know you got to go. But I really appreciate you, Nicole, for coming on and clearing the air. So it just seems like it was not the right timing at the time. Of course, folks get busy. We all get busy. We adults, we have to handle our responsibilities. But it is what it is. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it ain't, it ain't. So But appreciate it. Thank you so much, Nicole, for coming on, and AKA the professional cutler, as I color that I see you at the bottom of the screen there as you described. But I appreciate your time.
You're quite welcome. You have a great night. Darrin, I hope you find all of the what you deserve. Take care, baby.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. That was Nicole, ladies and gentlemen. Nicole right here on Soul Dates Live. You know, I got to hit that boo button in the background. And I don't mean boo in a romantic in a romantic way. Y'all can't hear it, but I'm playing in the background. You are going to hear it on demand on Spotify and iHeart. So I have to play that boo button. But boo, not in a good way. Not in a good way, though, unfortunately. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Beat Break Radio. If you're already there, or if you haven't gone there yet, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Beat Break Radio. All right. Well, there you have it, Darrin. I mean, it kind of gave both of us closure on both sides on why it didn't materialize, you know, and I left the room for a moment there because you all were talking, and I was like, oh, maybe you two might be, you know, rekindling some things, you know what I'm saying? You know, but
yeah,
I mean, it was just a quick catch up, Yeah. So, how do you feel? How do you feel about what just happened?
You know, I could take it or leave it, you know, I mean, give and take. So there's an old saying, and I have a lot of these cliches. There's somebody for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, in this whole big wide world. Just have to find them.
Right. Right. And if it's not on Soul Dates Live, it's on another platform or somewhere else, you know, or it may be outside of this internet world. You know, I've been told so many times that people that try to find love on the internet, they are searching for something that's not there, or something that is not going to be realistic or organic for them down the road. You know what I mean? I mean, I've heard some success stories, some, not a whole lot, but I've heard some success stories that came off of the internet and from certain dating apps, but that's not always the case. That's just very rare. You know, you might have somebody right in front of you, you know, at the store or where you are at in New Jersey, and you just happen to overlook them. So let me ask you this. This is a great question. Is there somebody else that you have in mind, Darrin, that you have had your eyes on for a long time or whatever, or somebody that you may have purposely or accidentally put them in the friend zone, and you know it's always been in the back of your mind about that person? Like,
I mean, it's, you know, I mean, this is funny. I'm saying this. I only look at people that I'm interested in, you know, per se. I don't really go out and look, but I do, you know, run a lot of errands and try to, you know, show my little bracelet here, that I'm, you know, gay, and maybe somebody will see it and maybe we'll spark up a conversation, you know. I'm a friendly type of guy. I would speak to anyone, you know.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to get you to explore a little bit more and just kind of like think about it, you know. And the reason why I bring that up is because, you know, even at times with us putting other people in the friend zone so much, we could be missing out on our blessing. You know what I mean? Because we're so busy trying to chase what we want as opposed to what we need.
Right.
You know, we're chasing a fantasy. We're chasing something that is only going to be short term down the road. Like, you know, we look at people for what they look like, what value they could bring to the table as far as monetization or sex, you know, those things. But there's more to a person than those things.
Right, right.
You know, it's like, what about their personality? What about their humanity? What about their character? How they're going to treat you? And, you know, that sort of thing, their own moral compass, their own spirituality. We don't put those things at the top. Those type of things are like at the bottom for a lot of people because we just so busy looking at the aesthetics of a person or what is in their bank account and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
You know, or where where are you at regarding your mental health? Where you are at with therapy? Where are you at in your own moral compass? So I know I may be preaching to the choir a little bit, but to your point, you know, you can make a conversation with anybody on a train, at a grocery store, or even at a coffee shop, and it can just turn into something a lot more. But then when it turns into something more, you as an individual, or both of you all, have to put in the effort to keep the momentum going.
Right. It takes two to tango.
It takes two to tango. Right. It takes two to tango in everything, especially when it comes to communication. You know, I've been very open and candid about my dating life for the past 4 years. And a lot of times I get put in the friend zone, or I have been put in the friend zone a lot. You know, so I know how it feels. I know how it feels. And some of it is on me. I do take accountability and responsibility for certain things to not materialize, whether it's because of my professional lifestyle or whether it's I'm putting something before the relationship, or I'm just not mature at the time to really deal with what comes along with a serious relationship. You know what I mean? So, you know, you got to have that maturity there and that mindset there to really be consistent in making it into a tangible relationship and turn it into whatever you want it to be, whether it's a marriage or something else. You know, people got their own new way of how they identify what they are in. But time, communication, and effort, that means a lot.
Yeah.
You know, that means a lot. If you don't have that, then yeah, all you just have is sex, the other things, the materialistic things, and then, you know, you end up getting heartbroken. So, did you want to add anything to that, Darrin?
Yeah, it's really funny watching, especially young people, you know, go through those things that you mentioned, because I've been there, done that, and I just like it's fun to watch them like go through. I can use my my son an example. You know, he has these relationships like short term, and you know, so I know what he's going through. I try to you know, give him a little advice. You know, like there's plenty of fishes in the sea, so don't just put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. Well, Darrin, I won't say this has been a very disappointing night. I already said that. I already said that. I'm sorry. I mean, it's not, hey. All right. Once again, I'm playing the boo sound effects in the background here on my end. it's not a disappointing night, but it is a teachable moment, though.
Yeah.
You know, for all of us,
Mm-hmm.
it is a teachable moment. I didn't expect to bring Nicole on to tell her side of the story. And by the way, too, I love. Can I just also mention this while we're on live, Darrin? I like the way that the two of you handled that conversation. Very amicable.
Thank you.
I like the way that you all handled that. You know, because in some situations, in some instances, whether a person ghosts on another person or it just didn't work out, some instances, a person would come on and have some sort of animosity towards the other individual and vice versa. But you two handle it very well. You two handle it very well. So, and I'm proud of you just by
Thank you.
You know, taking it in and just take it for what it is. You know,
Right.
But at least it gave you the closure and the clarity that you needed since the show from last year. Because that episode that we did together with Nicole and the other lady, that was last year. Wasn't really that long ago. You know what I mean? Yeah. Also, let's say this. Let me say this. The other episode, it was you and a Tran that was on here because
Right.
you know, you're an open guy. You're open to whoever you come across or whoever you have a connection with, even though you identify yourself as a gay man. How did you feel about that? You know, of being rejected. And I'm, you know, I'm not trying to sound insensitive when I use the word rejected, but she turned you down. He, you know, she, however the person identifies themselves, that person turned you down. You know, how did you feel about that?
Oh, I mean, wasn't really all that, you know, disappointing to me because I've been through this kind of thing, and she considered me like a mentor or like an uncle, you know, with the age difference, you know, but you know, love doesn't, you know, age doesn't matter, you know, in some cases. I mean, a lot of celebrities having babies at 70, per se, but yeah,
A lot of celebrities
feel
are having
bad.
babies at 70. Wow.
Yeah, maybe 82, maybe 82.
Oh, that right there is another conversation. Maybe on therapy ain't no joke, but let's continue.
Yeah, I wasn't disappointed because I look at these things in life like, let's say, like, you know, my mother used to tell me when I didn't get an audition, don't be mad and upset. There'll be others. You know, don't get all bent out of shape. I mean, life goes on. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
You can't put a cap on learning.
Oh no, you can't. You absolutely can't. No, you can't. Well, Darrin, where do we go from here? You know, the mystery man didn't show up. Nicole came on and brought her side of the story, and even though it didn't go the way that I thought it would go, maybe she would have perhaps gave you a second chance or something like that, but it didn't turn out that way. What is the teachable moment here? What did you take away from tonight's show?
Oh, it was good to have this, you know, communication as stated earlier, and it just had a good time. I was actually really excited about, you know, coming on the show. So it's been a real pleasure.
Yeah, well, hey, like I said, this wasn't a disappointing night.
No.
You know, it was still a good show,
Yes.
and you know, we definitely rooting for you, Darrin. We're definitely rooting for you to find that true love, to find that person that you've been longing for a while now. You know, and like I said, even if it's not here on Soul Dates Live, it is somewhere out there.
Right.
You just gotta let it happen. All right, Darrin. Well, this is the end of the road. This is definitely the end of the road. Well, not for you, but you being on here because we're getting ready to play a rebroadcast of another follow-up from a guest who was on the show recently. But anything you would like to say to the listening audience and to the viewers tuning in?
Don't be judgmental. Don't wear your emotions on your sleeve because people can use those against you.
Indeed, indeed. Okay. Good words to close out with. All right, Darrin, thank you so much. Well, let's do this, Darrin. You want to go ahead and give your social media out there because, hey, no hope lost. There's somebody that is tuning in or going back and watching this video and may want to shoot their shot at you in the DM. So what is your social media handle? I'm going to see if I can pull it up on the screen here.
I'm a Facebooker.
Your Facebook. Okay, so what is your Facebook?
Type my whole name in, and you'll see my picture.
Okay, so just type your full name that is here in the description box there.
Right,
just type it in, people, and you will find him on Facebook there. And yeah, you see his face along with his pepper made beard, by the way.
Well, I think it's clean shaven. That's an old picture, but
yeah. I mean, you gotta keep yourself up. You're an actor, so you're in front of the screen, you're in front of the camera and stuff like that. So it's only right. It's only important thing.
You always have to look my best.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you so much, Darrin, for coming on Soul Dates Live tonight, and we really appreciate it. You've been a very great sport. And, maybe the guy that didn't show up, I just thought about this too. Maybe the guy that didn't show up will look at this video and try to shoot his shot to you on Facebook, but that would be up to you.
Okay.
That would be up to you. I mean, he was the one that stood you up, so just thought I'd point that out.
No sweat.
All right, Dan, we'll be in touch, all right?
Okay. Thank you, Sean.
All right, you're welcome. You have a great night.
You too.
All right. Soul Dates Live, ladies and gentlemen. Some things don't end in a happy ending. But as long as the daters or the dater or you at home watching take something away from this episode or from this show, it is definitely a teachable moment, a teachable experience. Okay, Soul Dates Live, Sean Garvey, rocking it out with you until 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I do mean 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight because I am going to play an interview that I conducted with Michael. Now, we played some of it from last week's show on Soul Dates Live. Like I said in the beginning of the show, we're doing follow-ups. Okay, so what you just saw was a follow-up, which was supposed to be something else. But, we don't get too many follow-ups. We don't do too many follow-ups here on Soul Dates Live. But I'm glad that we did do a good follow-up right here on tonight's Soul Dates Live technical. We're going to air. This one is in its entirety because we only played a few minutes of it. We had to go to our daters last week. But we're going to play it in its entirety until the end of the show. And it's from Michael. Now, for those that may not remember Michael, if you are a new viewer, new listener to Soul Dates Live, Michael was one of the bachelors. He was one of the daters that was on the show competing for a chance to go on a date with Brittany, aka B. All right. Now, we don't have the footage to show at the moment of B and Michael interacting with each other, which prompted B, aka Brittany, or Brittany, aka B, to choose him out of the three guys that he was competing with. But let's check out the video. I'm not gonna keep going on and on with it. I'm gonna let you see it for yourself. And this video that I'm gonna play is my interview with Michael, and he's gonna talk about what happened after his interaction with B on Soul Dates Live? Did it materialize into something more, or did it not? Let's find out. I'm going to play the video. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back live. Soul Dates Live, just like the name, Soul Dates Live. I will be back next Monday night at 9 p.m. and at 10 p.m. We will have daters. We will definitely have daters next week. Some new daters will be on here next week. And definitely tune in. Tune in for that. We're going to have a great show next week, okay? So in the meantime, between time, check out this recent interview with former dater Michael as he gives us a recap on what happened on his date with Brittany, aka B. Right here on Soul Dates Live on Honey, the Flow Television Network, Reach One Network, of course, and everywhere where you get your streaming and podcasts. Welcome back to Soul Dates Live. It's the architect here, Sean Garvey. Make sure you follow us everywhere on social media at BEATBREAKRADIO. And as you can see down below in the ticker, information on how to get at us and how to donate to the content. Cash App, $Reach One Communications. All donations are acceptable and greatly appreciated. All right. Sean Garvey. And also don't forget, folks, if you would like to become a dater on Soul Dates Live, make sure you send me an email, souldateslive@gmail.com. That is souldateslive@gmail.com. Got to be 21 and up to participate in the dating game show. And you must fill out a questionnaire as part of our screening purposes and our screening process to make sure that you are eligible with a capital E to participate in the program, okay? We're gonna go into the dating game in just a few moments, in just a little bit here on Soul Dates Live. Also want to remind you guys that we are broadcasting live on Honey. Make sure you have the Honey app locked onto your ROKU TV and or Roku TV device. Download the Honey app today. Tell somebody to download it as well on all mobile devices, including your Roku TV. And we are also simulcasting on the Flow Television Network, which is also at the bottom on the screen there below the ticker. Okay. Sean Garvey giving you a follow-up. Yes, folks, it's been a while since we have done a follow-up right here on Soul Dates Live. And we plan to do some more follow-ups in the near future as more and more episodes of Soul Dates Live come into place. But right now, I am going to bring up a returning guest on this segment of Soul Dates Live, the follow-up date. And he has been on Soul Dates Live before. He was actually on during, what is season 2 or season 3? I think it was season 3, because if my memory serves me correctly, while I'm still at 40, he was on season 3. For some reason, I thought he was on season 2, but he was on season 3 of Soul Dates Live that took place this past summer. Okay, so it wasn't that long ago. You know, it seemed like it was yesterday, but yeah, he was on season 3 of Soul Dates Live, and he got an update. got an update for us, and I can't wait to hear it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to Soul Dates Live from Buffalo, New York, by way of the ATL, Atlanta, Georgia. We have no other than Michael to Soul Dates Live. What's going on, Michael, man? How are you doing, sir?
What up, everybody? What's going on?
Welcome back. Hey, man. Yeah, man, it's been a minute. Been traveling. Been doing a little bit of this, then been doing a little bit of that. You know, been on the grind. But yes. Yes, sir. So you got an update for us that you are going to share with our viewers and our listening audience in just a few moments. But what I want to do right now, Michael, is I want to go back to the episode that you was on with two other bachelors on the show.
And I ended up the winner.
You ended up being the winner. Hand clap for that in the background there. I'm going to play the applause in the background because you did win. You did win. And, we were wondering, inquiring minds, wanted to know what happened on the date and if there's going to be something happening, something materializing from the date. But hold on. We're not going to get into that just yet. We're going to take it to the back. We're going to take it to the beginning.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to switch the beat up. And let's go ahead and just recap our viewers and our listeners on what happened on this particular episode. I'm going to set the stage up first, and then you will come behind me and share your experiences being on the show. So we did an episode where we had a young lady by the name of B. That's her stage name, but her real name is Brittany, out of Ohio. And at first, before the actual dating game show, I invited her onto the platform to have a one-on-one conversation with her about her dating experiences. And I'm not going to play any of the clips that she was a part of, respectively, but she put a lot of information out there about herself and about her dating experiences. So just to summarize it all up, Michael, and for everybody that's tuning in, B, or Brittany, she's been having a bit of a trouble, trying to find somebody that she could have a long-standing relationship with. She detailed some of her past relationships with both men and women, to be very candid, ladies and gentlemen. And some of the things that she said in our one-on-one conversation was that she went out on a date with a guy at one particular time in her dating life, and she brought her son with her on the date, so that way he meaning the son, he could test things out and let his mom B know what he thought about the guy that she chose to go on a date with. And I gave my opinion about it. I was like, I don't think you don't want to do that for future purposes. I don't think you want to do that. But, she also outlined what she looks for in a mate and some of the things that, didn't work out in her favor when it comes to dating and so on and so on and so on. And I was like, okay, all right, I hear you. I'm listening to you. I took down notes, and I thought to myself, I had to think about it a little bit after the show, Michael and everybody listening. I was like, okay, you know what? She's a sweet woman. When I bring people onto Soul Dates Live, I look for the character in them, in themselves. And I also see where their mental state is at. So she is someone that wants to be in a serious relationship. You know, we all have our times and our phases in our life where we go through this phase of not wanting to be in a serious relationship right now. We kind of want to focus on ourselves, on our career, and then the rest will follow. But she really wants to be in a serious relationship and not make those same mistakes ever again. So I was like, okay, let's bring her on the show, this time as a bachelorette. And we had three guys on the show, and one of them was, of course, Michael. So, Michael, I'm going to go ahead and let you inform the listeners, inform the viewers, your experiences of being on the show. Don't really say just yet on how the date went afterwards and what have you. We want to tell a story.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So go ahead and share your experiences of being on the show with B and the other two guys. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Okay, so to be honest, man, okay, I know me and you was talking about you having a dating show for a while, for years. And and I know you know, like things were supposed to happen, but you know, things didn't go through and everything. But I understand things happen for whatever reason, like behind the scenes and stuff. But we finally made it happen this year, right? So when I finally got on the platform, um, I was thinking to myself, well, you know what? I don't know what to expect from this. I don't know how it's gonna be. You know, I just came in with an open mind and, you know, and just came with positive energy. And you know, when I came and everything, I saw like how you set it up. I was like, okay, so basically it's me and two other guys, and then the woman that is on here, that's the main person, that's the host or whatever, she gets to pick and choose like who she felt like is the best one, the best candidate for her and everything, to see like who she connects with the most. So, you know, I was just being myself, you know, I was just seeing like where it was gonna go. And you know, just, you know, just looking at, okay, if me and this lady have a connection. And we actually did. We actually had a connection and everything, you know. So that was my experience, just being on your platform. And like I said, I had a good time and everything, and I seen like how you did with other people on your platform. So like I said, it was really cool, you know, for the most part. That's my experience.
And let me also say this, because I was there during the taping. I thought it was one of the funniest and best episodes that I curated and that I hosted, because there was a lot of energy. You know, you can tell just by speaking with B, aka Brittany, and the others that participated. They were on there having fun. They were on there having fun. They were being themselves, and it was still a bit suspenseful because you was up against two other guys that, you know, one of us thought that, hey, if it ain't gonna be Michael, it's gonna be this person or that person, you know. So the suspense was real. It's definitely real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
I
Did,
agree.
did, did you have any type of nervousness, you know, or any type of skepticism that whatever goes down, whatever decision is made? Did you have a bit of skepticism, a bit of nervousness in you?
I wasn't nervous, to be honest. I just came in like just with an open mind and not coming with no expectations. I just let things come natural.
And that's how it should be. You know, that's how we wanted to be here on Soul Days Live. So as Michael mentioned earlier in the segment, he was the winner. Got to give an applause for that once again. He was the winner for that episode. So Brittany picked you out of the other two guys that were competing also for a date with Brittany. What do you think, looking back at it, what do you think attracted Brittany to you to where she chose you and not the other men?
Uh, I think it was my personality and my confidence and how I was coming off. Um, You know, I think it was like she felt like she was able to connect with me a lot more. She felt like she was a lot more interested in me. She felt like I had more to offer. She felt like I could bring more to the table than the other guys.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. I thought, just from my observation, I thought that the two of you had a few things in common. Number one, when it comes to tattoos, because she made it clear, especially in our pre-dating segment of Soul Days Live, that she likes a guy with tattoos. It's like, okay, cool. I mean, I like people with tattoos. I especially like women with tattoos. So as you can see, Michael is showcasing one of his tattoos on his arm there.
Yeah, I was trying to do that. I was just holding my phone up, but yeah, that's one of my tattoos.
Yeah, that was one thing that him and Brittany had in common. The other was the spirituality. She's very big on spirituality, and you big on spirituality as well. And I think just the essence of the conversation and the interaction between the two of you when it came to the two of you, you know. So I thought that was very organic, between you and her.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, indeed. All right. So Days Live. If you're just tuning in, we are doing a recap follow up with Michael, who was one of the daters from season 3 of Soul Days Live. If you remember, we had a young woman by the name of Brittany, who also goes by the name of B. She's been on Soul Days Live twice, one for our one-on-one conversation, just to kind of get to know her and her dating journey. And we brought her back on to be the main bachelorette for 3 guys that were in the studio at the same time, competing to go on a date with her. And Michael became the lucky man. He became the lucky contestant that Brittany chose to go on a date with. Make sure you hit the Cash App and donate something, donate a little something to the program, $Reach One Communications is right there at the bottom of the screen there, as well as on the ticker. So let's get into it. Michael, let's talk about the after. Let's talk about what happened after the show. What was the communication like? We want to get to the nitty gritty.
Right. Okay. You want me to start now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so basically, I don't want to make it too long, but just make it like very simple and just upfront. Okay, so basically, me and Brittany was dating for 3 weeks, and I feel like me and her was connecting and everything. I felt like we did have a lot in common. We did have a lot to talk about. We was connecting and everything, but then also too, it was just like I was over there just thinking ahead as far as my future, as far as okay, I was looking at, all right, so since me and her are dating, I'm looking to see would I be able to make time to go see her, right? Because mind you, I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. She's all the way in Cleveland, Ohio. So it was already a long distance situation. So I was over there thinking, I'm like, okay, I got a lot going on this year that I'm working on getting things done. And then on top of that too, it's just I don't know if I'll be able to come see her or make time to come see her, right? And I don't know when exactly that's going to be. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, damn, is the situation going to last? Or how long would it be and everything until I am able to go see her? You know what I mean? I just had a lot of things running through my mind, running through my head, right? Because I'm looking at, okay, I'm looking to see if I'll be able to make this work, or would I be able to figure out a way to make this work. And at the end of the day, bro, it's just I'm the type of guy to where it's just I don't want to sit up there and do a thing where I don't want to make promises that I can't keep. And I don't want to sit up there and say one thing and then I backtrack and say something totally different. I didn't want to do that with her. You know what I mean? And then it's like I didn't want to feel like I was misleading her or playing no games. I didn't want to feel like I was being a disappointment to her. And then on top of that, too, I mean, like I said, again, we did share a lot of things in common. We did have a lot to talk about. We did have some similar backgrounds and stuff. And you know what I mean? But then she was over there asking me as far as like us being together and everything. And so first she was over there saying to me she felt like I wasn't being romantic enough. And I was just like, not being romantic enough. I mean, I would give her compliments and everything, and I would flirt with her here and there. But like I said, I mean, as far as not being romantic enough, I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to sit up there and take things fast. You know what I mean? It's like I want to take my time. I want to take things one step at a time. I don't want to take things fast because I'm not that type of guy. And so then on top of that, it was just like she was saying something as far as like, do I see a future with her and everything? And so we just decided to just like have a friendship instead of like wanting to be in a relationship and be boyfriend and girlfriend. Because like I said, again, there's long distance. And like I said, again, I have a lot going on here. And like I said, I don't know for sure if I was going to be able to financially make time to go see her. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I had a lot of things that I had to take care of here in Atlanta, and I had some business to take care of. So that's basically what had happened. And after that, I mean, hey, like we still stayed in contact every once in a while. She would send me something, or I would text her to see how she's doing, and stuff like that. And that's it. I mean, it ain't no bad blood between me and her. I mean, I wish her nothing but the best, I wish her nothing but the best. I wish her a great life. I wish her the best with her and her son. And so that's pretty much what happened. And after that, weeks later, I ended up dating somebody else. But this time, the person that I'm dating is here in Atlanta. It's not long distance this time. I was like, okay, thank God, because I was tired of like doing long distance relationships. But I had met this other person on this dating app on Facebook, which is kind of similar to Tinder. But you know what I mean? And that's how that happened. I know you was telling me before if I could bring the woman that I'm currently dating or that I'm currently in a relationship with on the show, but she prefers to live a very private life. So, I just decided to leave. I decided to just leave that alone. So, yeah.
So I want to backtrack just a little bit, and we will revisit the current state of where you at regarding your dating status. You mentioned that some of the things that were the, I guess, the reasons why it didn't materialize is because one, it would have been a long distance thing, and
it was a long distance.
Yeah, it was a long distance issue, and she stated that you wasn't romantic enough, and you didn't want to move things too fast with her. You just wanted to get to know her in your own time, in your own way, and stuff like that. And let me also say this to the viewers and to the listeners out there. Soul Days Live is a national show. It's not a local show, it's a national show. And with it being a national show, we do select people from different states. And if it happens to where the bachelor or bachelorette that is in the same state as the person that they pick, then it's a win-win situation. It's still a win-win situation for anybody and everybody involved, whether it's, you get picked and it goes well, or if it doesn't materialize into anything romantic, it turns into a friendship. I consider that as a win. Or, you could come on the show and not get picked, but put yourself in a position where you could come back on another episode of Soul Days Live and try it again. We've seen that happen plenty of times in all of the episodes that we have done thus far of Soul Days Live. So I want to make sure I make that clear to our viewers and to our listeners, especially people who have not seen the show before. By the way, If you have not seen every episode of Soul Days Live and you want to do some binge watching, go to our YouTube channel, Beat Break Radio, and subscribe to our YouTube channel while you're there. Don't just watch every episode of Soul Days Live, but subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get our numbers up there, and you can actually see the episode in its entirety with Michael on there, with his interaction and conversation with Brittany, including the other two men that were on there too. So you want to go back and watch the entire episode with Brittany, go there. Well, don't go there right now. We want you to keep it locked right here. But afterwards, go to the YouTube channel, Beat Break Radio, and watch some of the highlights from the episode where we had Michael on the episode with Brittany. And like I said before, we can't play some of the video clips of you and Brittany's interaction, or even Brittany herself, for a number of reasons that we cannot mention on the air. But it was a great episode. We had a great time. It was fun. And I employ everybody that's watching right now to go back and watch that episode. You would definitely enjoy it. So, it is what it is. Things happen.
I gave it a try.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you this before we go into your current state with your new baby. If she meaning Brittany, if she were in the same city and state as you, or maybe like an hour and a half, perhaps, away from you, would it still materialize into something more? Or do you still stand behind what you stand on, which is, I'm not trying to move too fast. I just want to get to know you, because you also addressed that as well.
You mean if I was single?
Right. I mean, yeah, if you were single and she meaning Brittany, lived in the same area or maybe an hour or two away from you, would it have materialized into something more?
I mean, well, I think I would see her like just as a friend, like just as a homegirl and everything. I don't think like us rekindling wouldn't be the best idea and everything, because like I said, I already seen like where it was going, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with her. She's a good woman. She's a good person. I like her energy. I like her vibe. I like her spirit. But I just felt like, again, like I just see her just as a homie, as a homegirl. Like I see her just as a friend of mine.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we definitely wish Brittany the best of luck. Of course, if she's watching and or listening, we definitely wish her the best of luck. Now, let's get into the present. You just mentioned you are in a relationship right now. If it's fair to say in a relationship or just dating, because dating and relationships are two different things. So it's just dating, or you in a exclusive. Okay. So just want to make that clear. Okay. So that's wonderful. Congratulations. Even though it's not the relationship with the person that was on Soul Days Live with you, it's with a different person. And so talk to us about your new relationship right now. Talk to us about it. You talked a little bit about it a few moments ago, but share some insight with our viewers.
Okay, so basically I'm dating this, I'm in a relationship with this woman named Chelsea. Like I said, I met her on this dating app on Facebook. How they set up the dating app is kind of looks like Tinder. If you've been on Tinder, then you know what I'm talking about. But like I said, I met her on there, and she's from Rockmart, Georgia. If y'all don't know where Rockmart is, it's a small town, a small country town that's around Rome, Georgia. And she lives here in Atlanta currently. And when I first met her, like she was literally like 18 minutes away. And I was like, thank God. No more long distance.
Yeah.
And so like I said, I came with an open mind, open soul, open heart, and everything. Just genuinely like just looking for love, and we've been together for for over like 3 months and stuff. And so like I said, it's we've been doing really good and everything. She currently lives with me and all. I mean, we have our ups and downs, but who doesn't in a relationship? There's no such thing as a perfect marriage or a perfect relationship. You know, and so like I said, she works as a receptionist at an office, and she is going to school as a CNA. She has 2 kids, but I don't have any kids. So like I said, she's the same age as me. We're both 35, but I'm a few months older than her. So yeah.
Okay. Nice. Nice. All right. And I know it's been a long time coming to now be in a serious relationship because we talked offline and you've been through a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different platforms before even coming on our show, Soul Days Live, and just expressing how frustrating the dating scene was for you because you used to be out there. You used to be out there in the streets.
Yeah, I surely was. I mean, hey, there ain't no shame in my game, man. I mean, I had to figure it out some way, somehow, and so just like at the end of the day, what I mean, it was a struggle, like trying to find that one, but it's like at the same time, it was just like I wasn't just going to settle for anything or just, take what I can get. I'm not the type of guy if it's not my type and everything, then I don't want it. If I can't get what I want, then I don't want it, you know.
Okay. Now, before we close out and get ready to exit, what last remarks do you want to address or let people know from your takeaway from the show? And the second part to that question is, what advice can you give to daters and to singles before coming on the show, or are they still trying to figure out this thing? Because we're going to have some singles on the show in just a few moments, and that they're going to go through the same thing that you went through in the previous episode. So, what is your takeaway from the Soul Days Live show, and what advice can you give to our singles?
Okay, I say the advice that I give and everything is just like what I've said before, just keep an open mind, keep an open heart. Like I said, just weigh your options out. Keep your options open. Don't, you know what I mean? And just if the person that you come across on the show, you feel like you have a connection, or if you feel like you're able to make it work, if you feel like you're financially stable enough to go be in a relationship with somebody or go see that person if it's long distance, then give it a try. All you can do is try. It wouldn't hurt to try, you know. Um, and then last but not least, just, you know, if you feel like it's not going to work with that person, then don't be afraid to speak out and say it. But at the same time, at least give it a try like I did, because I gave it a try like, a good 3 weeks and stuff, Because I remember you told me that certain people that did win and got picked on the show, you was telling me as soon as they was together, all of a sudden, like, it faded away already, So, but like I said, but that's just my advice.
Yeah, and we're only like maybe 20 some episodes in, because this show is still new, it's still fresh, it's still new. We've been doing the show since last summer of 2023, so
Right.
It's still new, and we hope that we will get that follow up one day in one of our episodes where we will have a real match. I actually feel it coming. I feel it in my bones, Michael, because we had an episode where we had 2 people paired up, they matched, and that follow up, it's going to be a follow up. There is going to be a follow up very, very soon. So you all be on the lookout for that. But Michael, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for coming on Soul Days Live. I wish you and Chelsea blessings in the near future, and so forth, even currently right now. And yeah, man, give us an update on when the wedding will be between you and Chelsea, if it gets there.
Right, if it gets there, right.
If it
All
gets
right,
there.
man. Like, I'll see. I mean, I'll let you know, man. You know,
Yeah.
because I did see like some of the people that was on the show with me. I saw that some of them had came back on your show, so they doing good as well.
Yeah. Like I said, we give chances to people. You know, it could be a second or third chance, sometimes even a fourth chance. But our mission here is for people to find their one, to find their somebody, and then they have to take it from there. All right. And once again, if you want to go check out the episode that Michael was on recently with Brittany and two other gentlemen, go to our YouTube channel, Beat Break Radio, and subscribe there while you are there and watch the show in its entirety. Don't forget to leave a comment or two and let us know your thoughts on that episode. Michael, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on this special segment edition of Soul Dates Live, giving us a status update on how things are going with you. And we really appreciate it. Thank you so much,
bro.
All right. You take care, Michael.
You too.
All right. Soul Dates Live, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Honey and on the Roku TV channel, as well as on the Flow Television Network, YouTube, and wherever you get your content from. All right. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We got our daters coming up. We got our daters that are getting ready to participate in the online dating game show, which is Soul Dates Live. All right. So stay tuned. We will be right back. We're going to take a commercial break, and then we're going to have more of Soul Dates Live. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked right here. And while we are taking a break, don't forget to send a brother. Well, you're not sending it to me, but you're sending it to the machine. Cash App, $Reach One Communications. That's $Reach One Communications to support the program and to support the platform as well too. You know, we got to keep up with the upkeep of everything here at Reach One Communications, as well as here on Honey and on Soul Dates Live. That's $Reach One Communications on Cash App. Patreon coming soon for my soon-to-be Patreon subscribers and members on Patreon. That's going to be coming back very soon. All right, so be on the lookout for that. All right, Soul Dates Live, ladies and gentlemen, souldateslive@gmail.com is the email address if you want to get at me or contact the team if you want to be on the show. All right, stay tuned. We got our daters coming up right here on Soul Dates Live. I'm going to leave this right here too while we're going into break. All right, don't go anywhere. Soul Dates Live. We'll be right back.
Anticipate potential delays for the morning commute. In other news, a recent government report on prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
What are you talking about, man? Look at this stacks.
It's about your right to be informed. Your right to access all types of information keeps us free as a nation.
No.
Today, there are real threats to press freedom.
Reaching residential areas by...
And your right to know about the world around us.
Look.
Some threats are obvious, some are easy to miss, but they all put our way of life at risk. We must defend against all of these threats, no matter what kind of news is important to you.
Justified putting American troops in harm's way?
That's a great question.
We must protect our right to know before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.